Hi, this video tutorial I will cover BoneCP connection pooling. To explain this one, I will use MySQL database and Tomcat server. Here you can see the Tomcat server. Suppose if we deploy web application in Tomcat server, during server startup using contacts listener, we can initialize the connection pool, and we can use the same connection pool throughout the application to get the connection object. Okay, how to do that one I will show you now. Here you can see the city table which is there in the world database. I am executing this query. Select start from city, limit is 10, and I am getting this output. Using connection pool concept, how to get this same information and displaying in the web page, we will see now. Okay. To explain connection pooling concept, I have created the project called city info demo. In this project, in webinf lib folder, I have placed all the jars related to BoneCP and the dependent jars, and also I have placed MySQL connector jar. And in this project in web.xml, I have configured one listener class called contacts listener, and also I have configured one servlet. The servlet is city info servlet, and the URL pattern for that servlet is city info servlet. Okay, and I will deploy this web application, and I will show you the output, and I will explain further. Click on file, export, select this war file, next, and I am placing city info demo var inside the Tomcat web folder. Finish. Then I am going to start the server. Server has been started. Here you can see contacts initialized method has been called. Contacts initialized connection pooling is configured. So during server startup, the listener class will be called. We have configured one listener class in web.xml, right? That listener class is contacts listener. Okay, and this contacts listener has two methods: contacts initialized and contacts destroyed. During server startup, this contacts initialized method will be called, and we are printing contacts initialized method has been called here, that you can see here, right? And then what I am doing is I am calling configure BoneCP connection pool method, which is there in the connection manager. Okay, I am opening connection manager.java. So in this class, what I am doing is I am declaring BoneCP connection pool object as null, and getter and setter method for BoneCP connection pool object. Okay, and then in configure BoneCP connection pool method, what I am doing is first I am loading the JDBC driver, which is related to MySQL using class.forName. Then I am creating BoneCP config object and setting JDBC URL. So MySQL database URL I am giving, and username and password of MySQL database, and min connection per partition as 5, and setting max connection per partition as 10, and partition count as 1. Okay, then I am passing BoneCP config to new that BoneCP constructor, which will return BoneCP connection pool object, and that connection pool object I am setting in the setter method. Okay, which is defined in the top. Okay, and so once this is set, and throughout the application using get connection pool method, we can get this BoneCP connection pool object, and from that BoneCP connection pool object we can get a connection object and communicate to the database. Okay, now I will open the URL and I will show you the output. And here is the URL. I am clicking on enter. It will display index.html content. Index.html is nothing but a welcome page. Here you can see, and it has one link called show city information. When you click this link, the request goes to the server, and the URL pattern is city info servlet. Okay, I am clicking on show city information link. So the request goes to the server, and the URL pattern is city info servlet, and we got the output, okay, from the MySQL database. So from city table, the first 10 records are displaying here. So like I mentioned, this is the URL pattern, city info servlet. So when you click that link, the request goes to the server. The server will forward the request to the servlet container. The servlet container will check the URL pattern city info servlet is there in the web.xml or not. So if you see web.xml, that city info servlet URL pattern is configured, and the corresponding servlet class is city info servlet. This class will be loaded and executed by the servlet container. Okay. Now we will see what is there in city info servlet.java. The class city info servlet extends HTTP servlet. HTTP servlet has three methods, three lifecycle methods. The first one is init. This will be called by the servlet container to initialize this servlet. And second method is doGet method. This method will be called by the servlet container to process the request. And third method is destroy. This method will be called by the servlet container to destroy this servlet. Okay. So first init method will be called by the servlet container. In this init method, what I am doing is I am calling connection manager dot get connection pool method. This method will return BoneCP connection pool object that I am assigning to BoneCP connection pool, which I have declared in the class level variable. Okay, and after that, servlet container will call this doGet method to process the request. And in doGet method, what I am doing is I am calling show city information method. I am passing print writer object. In show city information method, what I am doing is I am getting the connection object by calling BoneCP connection pool dot get connection method. And once I get the connection object, I am creating a prepare statement object by calling connection dot prepare statement method. And in prepare statement method, I am passing SQL. The SQL is select star from city limit question mark. And this connection dot prepare statement method will return the prepare statement object. And then using a prepare statement object, I am setting the parameter as 10, that is the limit. Okay. Then I am executing the query by calling a prepare statement dot execute query. So this execute query method will return the result set. And once I get the result set, I am iterating the result set and getting each row information and displaying in the screen. Okay, so this is what you are seeing here. Then I am closing the result set and closing the prepared statement and closing the connection. Okay. Now I am going to shut down the server, and server is shut down, and you can see destroy method has been called, and also context destroy method has been called, and context is destroyed, and connection pooling is shut down. Okay. So when the server is going to shut down, the context listener context destroyed method will be called. So here what I am doing is I am just printing context destroyed method has been called, and then I am calling shutdown BoneCP connection pool method in the connection manager. I am opening that method. So in this shutdown BoneCP connection pool method, what I am doing is I am getting connection pool object by calling connection manager dot get connection pool method, and if connection pool is not null, I am shutting down. Okay. And this is how we can use BoneCP connection pool to get information from the MySQL database table. Okay. And if you want to know more about BoneCP, then go to this URL, joelbox.com. It has more information about the BoneCP. And if you want to download BoneCP related jar and dependent jars, then you can go to mbnrepository.com. Okay, and this is about BoneCP connection pooling using MySQL database. And thanks for watching. Bye.